everybody? This is Technohead here, and it is the Monday after San Diego Comic-Con 2024, and I just wanted to make a little video here going back over all my fun experiences at Comic-Con and maybe doing a little unboxing of some of the loot I got while I was there, and just thought that would be kind of a fun way of wrapping up and capping off what was a really great week for me. I got invited to Comic-Con by my friend Aaron, who's a professional journalist, and I was helping him with some of his coverage that he was doing. If you check the CNET social media feeds, you might have seen some pictures of Legos that were taken by yours truly, so that's pretty fun. And while I was out there, I got the opportunity to conduct a couple of interviews for the YouTube channel, which I'll be making some content out of later. I had a great talk with Limited Run Games about Toomba, which is an upcoming game, and a few other projects that they're working on, so that was pretty exciting. And I also had a chance to talk to the people at Stern Pinball about the John Wick and Godzilla pinball tables, but we'll take a look at some of that there. So I'm going to finish off by going through my loot bags, but just to begin, I'll kind of go through a slideshow and I'll sort of walk you through what my experiences were, and I'll tell you about some of the stuff I saw and what my Comic-Con experience was like. So I got into town on Wednesday of last week, which was Wednesday, I guess the 24th, I think, was when I got in. I took the Amtrak train from Los Angeles down to San Diego, and business class is really great because you get free drinks and snacks and a nice comfy chair. And I didn't really sit next to anybody on the way down there, so I pretty much was just playing my Switch the whole time and enjoying myself. But I got into town about 4 o'clock and I met up with Aaron and I started snapping pictures. Now, I took with me my Sony DSC point and shoot camera, and the reason for that is that I knew I was going to be taking a lot of pictures and video, and some of them might actually end up being used professionally, and I didn't want to rely on my phone for that because my phone has kind of a cracked camera lens, and in addition to that, the battery life is not always that great at these events because you're constantly looking for signal and stuff. So I took a camera with me that I knew I could just rely on just for taking pictures. So a lot of what you're going to see here is actually from that Sony cam. And so this is right outside the convention hall in the Gas Lamp District. This is what you see. They kind of have everything blocked off, and you can kind of see here in these pictures that they have sort of the walls all covered with various different characters and stuff. It's SpongeBob's 25th anniversary, so there's a lot of SpongeBob stuff there. And this is just kind of giving you an idea of like what it looked like on the scene when I got there on Wednesday night. And Aaron and I started off by going to the Paramount Lodge, which was an event held by Paramount where they were kind of celebrating some of their various different characters in TV shows. Like, for example, you can see there was a pizza place that was like Ninja Turtle themed. I'll kind of walk through here. So there's some cool sort of Instagrammable type pictures where you could take some photos with the Ninja Turtles and eat some pizza. And I'm just going to kind of go through these here. And you can see they had a one-up arcade Ninja Turtle machine set up. I actually saw several of these Ninja Turtles one-up arcade machines while I was in San Diego, and this was just one of the many places. But you can see there's a lot of fun kind of theming going on around here, and I love themed experiences, so this was right up my alley. I was having a great time. Then in the same place, there was a bar that was set up to look like the bar from Tulsa King, which is kind of an adult drama that stars Sylvester Stallone. And I actually watched it with my friend Autumn while my partner was sick with COVID. We didn't have anything better to do, but we watched through this whole thing. And it's kind of an interesting crime story, you know, and so they had free drinks in here, and you can kind of see here some of the theming. And that was a lot of fun too. The cool neon. I always try to get pictures of cool neon wherever I can find it. This is the scene coming into preview night at Comic-Con. You can see there's just a horde of humanity, and this line went all the way down, in and out, both sides. There was a huge line to get in before the night started, and you can see here just kind of like just the chaos of what preview night at Comic-Con is like. We did finally get in, and I snapped a few pictures from inside the hall here. So this is the Marvel games booth, and I actually didn't have much time to peek around in there, but I know that there was like some Marvel Lego games and then some other kind of like mobile experiences and stuff that you could do inside there. Snapping some more pictures of that on the show floor. They had some really great costumes from various different Marvel projects that you could see on display at the Marvel TV area. So I got some pictures of that. I think this is from Deadpool and Wolverine, but it could be TVA stuff from the Loki show too. So the first big thing I did that night was I went by the limited run booth, and they were having a signing of various different games and stuff by two different groups of people. One of them was the Bosons, who do the Shantae games. They had Matt and Aaron Boson there signing, as well as Christina V, who is the voice of Shantae. She was there. And let's see here. I said I was going to wait to the end, but this is kind of relevant. So I got some games to sign too, but I also got some posters, which didn't really make it too well inside. But here, I'll switch back over to my webcam view so you can see this. So I got a signed poster of Shantae by the voice of Shantae, as well as the game devs. And in addition to that, they had the lady who was the star, quote unquote, of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. She was there as well, and I got her signature. And that was kind of exciting to see that. Oh, now we're going all the way back to here. Oh, come on, technical difficulties. We'll skip through those you've already seen real quick. I guess I'm just going to save all my unboxing stuff to the end because I don't want to have to restart this every time. Yeah, so you can see here that they also had Janine Bazone. I thought it was interesting that there was two groups of people named Bazone on the two different games, but Janine Bazone actually, I didn't know this at the time, but I found out subsequently that she was one of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling back in the day, and my partner is a huge fan of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, and she was super hyped because Janine here was Hollywood in the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, so I got to meet her and get her signature. I didn't even know that was what I was doing. And that's pretty cool, but that's sort of the Comic-Con experience, I guess. So they were set up at the Dark Horse booth. I guess that they are all sort of owned by the Embracer Group, so that was kind of a corporate synergy there. And I just got a few pictures of them signing while I was waiting in line. Then we're going to go down the show floor a little bit more. They had a kind of a Moxie's bar set up for the Borderlands movie that's getting ready to come out. And this was really sweet. You could go in there and take pictures. They had kind of a working claptrap in there and stuff like that, and it was, for whatever reason at this point, it was a little bit empty, so I snapped a few quick pics. Then this is kind of funny. I just found this one area where they had these like really 1/6 scale Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon statues from The Odd Couple, and you see a lot of weird things at Comic-Con, and this was definitely something I was not expecting to see. It was like action figures based on The Odd Couple, so yeah, there you go. Moving on, we got some Street Fighter action figures here too. We're just going to kind of go through stuff I saw on the show floor that I thought was neat. Alf figures for my buddy Bracktoon. He's a huge Alf fan, and this Super Alf figure here was like the exclusive for this particular show. But then they also had like a Rockin' Alf and just kind of a Yo Willie, no problem Alf as well. So, you know, there's some Alf for you. That's pretty exciting. This is something we're going to unbox a little bit later too, but I went by the NECA booth because they had this really cool exclusive at there, which was a glow-in-the-dark Nosferatu figure, and that's a little preview of what you might see during an unboxing later. Some other cool stuff was the second player, the Player 2 Chun-Li in pink. I totally love this figure, but it was sold out even at preview night, so I didn't get it. Also, I really just love this Tokidoki wall. I took a couple of pictures of it. The figures that they had there were kind of My Little Pony inspired, which isn't really my thing necessarily, but I just love the vibes and aesthetic of all their stuff. So I really just love this wall and took a picture of it. And this too, this really just reminds me of, you know, just kind of the vibrancy and everything of it is just really happy, and I just love it. There's a huge inflatable Tanjiro. This thing was like 10 feet tall. It's kind of hard to tell. There's not, maybe there's a little person there in the corner for scale, but this guy was massive, and, had to take a picture of that guy. And these are some pictures I had of the chance that I had to go by the Stern booth and take a look at some of the arcade cabinets. They also had a John Wick cabinet, which I wasn't really as excited about. I think John Wick is fine, but I'm not really sure that as a pinball table, it's really a subject that I personally am that into. So I really thought that the Godzilla tables were pretty awesome, and got some of them there. We'll see some later at a party I went to as well. This is also a picture of the Dragonfly, the new Dragonfly from HasLabs, which is a G.I. Joe kind of high-end collectible. This thing was awesome. The parts for it were really highly detailed, and it's kind of hard to tell in the picture, but it's also huge. It's much bigger than the one that came out when we were all kids, and I always wanted one as a kid. I was never able to get one until later when they repainted it and they came out with Tiger Force. But by then I was kind of aging out of toys a little bit, so I wasn't as excited about it as I would have been, as an 8-year-old or whatever. So I thought that was cool. Some more pictures from Marvel. I guess this is Star Wars. This is from the Acolyte. So they had like the little droid in the pouch and everything. I thought that was pretty awesome. I love props and just kind of seeing the real article there, seeing the craftsmanship of costuming and stuff like that. It's always really cool. Same thing, more from the Acolyte. This is the Sith guy from the Acolyte. And this is from the next day. This is at the Hasbro Labs breakfast I got into with Aaron. And this was a kind of an event that Hasbro held at this place called I think it was called like the Diamond View or something like that. It was at the very top of this luxury skyscraper overlooking Petco Park. You had a great view of the baseball diamond there. And then they just had all of these like kind of Hasbro products set up. So I'm a big Converse guy, so I love these Transformers Converse. And then I snapped a few other pictures of these kind of Transformers shoes for all the sneakerheads out there. Some great stuff. This is a view of what you could see while you were eating your kind of continental breakfast and looking at Transformers. You could see this kind of area down below. And here's some of the delicious troughs of continental breakfast food. This is my breakfast alongside Optimus Prime. He was helping me eat some eggs and pineapple there, as you can see. This was a transforming Megatron, and I actually was having a hard time getting him to transform while I was there. I watched some other people do it, but it was really mobbed, so I didn't really get any good video of this guy transforming, but he turns into a tank. And it was pretty cool to see. The kind of thing that I definitely saw a lot of stuff while I was there. That I was like, man, if this was around when I was a kid, I couldn't believe it. Like, it's just like the kind of thing you would dream about, is like a self-transforming transformer. It was awesome. Did a lot of great Star Wars stuff on display there. And they had Headpool. If you wanted to get your own Headpool, you could get him. He was there. Some Deadpool and Wolverine action figures, which were awesome. They unfortunately did not come in my swag bag, but they were cool to see there nonetheless. I took this picture because this is a Mara Jade action figure, and I think there have been some Mara Jade action figures, but this is a character that I like redheads, and so, I feel like there should be more Mara Jade stuff out there, so I was excited to see her there. They also had some Ghostbusters stuff, including this really amazing set of the trap and PKE meter. This thing is fully functional, it lights up, it does sounds, and I know that they've done a lot of kind of work on that before, but there's a bunch of interchangeable parts here, so you can actually make this thing screen accurate to either Ghostbusters 1 or 2, and in fact the PKE meter even had like a taser mode, which I guess is from the later films. And so I just really thought it was cool, and it was definitely the kind of thing where I was like, man, I wish these were around when I was a kid, because they were really badass. Some more pictures of that Dragonfly for G.I. Joe. This thing was, like I said, it's just the missiles and everything are awesome. They had a bunch of figures out set up underneath it. More pictures of Wolvie and Deadpool. This is pretty cool. They had a Black Series figure for the guy from Force Unleashed, and that was always a really fun game, and I love that he comes with like all of his lightning and stuff like that, so thought that was a pretty cool set there that you could get with him and some stormtroopers to throw off the bridge. This is another transforming robot transformer. This is Grimlock, obviously. And again, I didn't really get a great image of him transforming just because it was really mobbed while I was there. So I just caught this one snap. Down the street, there was a Sonic the Hedgehog Speed Cafe. And unfortunately, I didn't really get a chance to go in because there was a line of Sonic the Hedgehog fans down the street all week long every time I went by. But I got some pictures of the place itself and some of the signage. So it's pretty badass. And someday I'll get in there and have some delicious rings and chili dogs. After that, my buddy Aaron, who I was there with, and we went by the Those About to Die activation where we raced chariots. You can see he was very excited to be there. It was kind of rigged, though. I don't know. We didn't really win, but it was still fun to do. Then we went by the Pudgy Penguins activation and took this fantastic picture with this cute little penguin here. So that was a lot of fun. You can see my swag bag there is overflowing by that point. We'd really been having a lot of fun. So it's the Pudgy Penguins, 2 shots of that, and then some more stuff from that activation. We swung by the Shaun of the Dead activation as well, but the drinks there were not free, so we didn't stay that long, as you can imagine. They did have a lot of merch and swag that you could buy if you wanted to, but I took some pictures of the Winchester just because I thought, you know, like I said, I love themed entertainment, so anytime there's this kind of stuff on offer, I'm always excited to be there. A couple quick shots of the, I think this is a repurposed Rick truck. I'm pretty sure he was there a couple of years prior, but this time this was advertising the Rick and Morty anime, which is coming out soon. We got some characters from Demon Slayer here. They were walk-around characters, and they were super popular. They were just mobbed the whole time, so I thought that was pretty awesome. And a Rainbow Bright at the same time. A little less popular, but still getting hugs while I was there. I'm a big Disney head, so every time I would see some cool Disney stuff, I'd snap some pics. So this was a neat statue of the Hitchhiking Ghosts, and then like some kind of DC character statues. The Elvira, the exclusive Elvira bust mug. You know, I'm all about the cheese as much as anybody else, but I did not pick this up for $40. Didn't really. I love Elvira too, but I think there's probably better collectibles out there, like this collectible. This is a pretty sweet statue of Elvira with big bat wings. So I think if I was going to spend the money, I'd probably go for something like this over the boob mug. Some more sweet Disney collectibles here. And then this is, I don't remember this from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but I guess there was a popcorn bazooka in it, and this is a pretty good replica of it, and I just thought that was cool, so snapped a pic. Twisted Metal was a great TV series, and there was this little teeny tiny area where people were getting free pulls on a slot machine, and I didn't want to wait in line for it, but I did take a picture of it because I thought that was pretty sweet. Some kind of creative. I think this is over in the kind of Mondo slash. Yeah, I think those are the Mondo booth. These kind of multicolored things. I took some pictures at the Wada Games booth here. Some of these extremely overpriced games. You know, they had good stuff like Rule of Rose and everything, which of course is a great game. But then they had stuff like Halo Combat Evolved sealed for $6,000, which is like. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe, you know, you can kind of see it there in the background, and I'd be amazed if anybody actually spent that much for Halo, but that's what they were selling it for, so I just was taking some pictures, and they were really excited to talk to me because I had my press badge on, and I was like, no, I'm good, thanks, we're good, thank you. This was at a party later. This is at the Fandom Central Party. They had some of the pinballs set up that were there, like the John Wick pinball and the Godzilla pinball, so I took some pics of that. This is a view from the Fandom Party. It's pretty fun. Good food. More pics. There was a step and repeat there for press, but I didn't go on it. No need for me to do that, but there was people there doing it. This is the VIP area. Didn't recognize anybody, but I'm sure there was some heavy hitters in there. This is a staff. A replica staff of Loki's staff that was built by this kind of gemology company from New York City, and this was reportedly valued at $500,000 for this fancy sapphire that's on there too, and the brass fittings and everything like that. So that was on display for everybody to ogle at, and that was, you know, something that we were tasked with taking pictures of. This is the pool area. Nobody was really swimming, but I guess it was there if people wanted to. This is towards the last day that I was there. This guy was walking around with the Star Tours robot, and that was pretty awesome, and I had to take a picture. It was moving around and remote controlled, and it was just really great, a really great robot. Keeping on the Star Wars theme, here's some Star Wars clothes that were available at one of the booths, and just kind of snapped a picture of that because that's cool, you know. And then I went to Podcast The Ride, had a, they did a podcast at the library, the public library, that was talking about the Street Sharks, which is a 90s cartoon and action figure line. I'm not really that familiar with it, but I'm a huge fan of these guys, so it was really great to go and see them live in person for their Jawcast The Bite spin-off series. Here's a great snap of them watching these guys get, I forget what the terminology is for it. It's like, you know, the mutagen that they got to turn them into sharks. And here's my last picture. I included this because this was from Penguin. And you know what? I think there's actually more pictures in here, but they're not showing up. Maybe it's not playing some of the videos that I have, or it doesn't recognize everything. But this is a picture from the Penguin, and this is an activation that Aaron and I actually got into. And while we were inside, it was very highly themed, and there was a bunch of costume characters and stuff. And they would come around and go like, "Hey, you know, what's going on? Are you friends with Oswald? Like, what do you know, maybe I can get you some product. You can help me move it." And like everybody was on like that and very committed to the bid, and it was really awesome. And while we were inside, there was like great music playing and drinks and food and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden the lights come on, the music stops, and everybody's like, "All right, please get out, leave immediately." And we got evacuated, and it was really weird because the transition from like, "Hey, what you doing with Penguin?" To, "Oh God, you guys need to leave right now. Please leave. Don't calmly leave at the nearest door." And so I have pictures of of that happening, but I think that OBS doesn't like displaying whatever the pictures is, so it's skipping those. But maybe I'll do some more coverage on it later. But anyway, that is all the pics I had. A quick slideshow of some of my experience while I was there at Comic-Con. And now we'll finish off the video with a quick unboxing of some stuff. So let's start with this huge bag from NECA. I mean, that's a gigantic bag, which is pretty silly because all I got was one action figure. So the action figure that I got from NECA was this this glow-in-the-dark Nosferatu. And this was actually for my partner. She's a big fan of like classic horror movies and stuff like that. And the really cool thing about this guy is that he glows in the dark, and he really glows. It's a pretty great effect. And it's a pretty good sized figure. And so, you know, she just wanted that, and that was one thing I was able to get. And this is exclusive to the show, so that was pretty cool. Let's take a look at the Hasbro bag next. So we got a big bag of stuff from Hasbro. I'll put this over. I'll put the heavy hitters over here, and we'll start with some of the less exciting stuff, at least in my opinion, anyway. Just because I don't have kids, so you know, I don't know. I'm sure if I had kids, a lot of this would be a lot more exciting. So I got a couple of Magic the Gathering booster packs. I don't play Magic the Gathering, but now in case I ever do, I'll have some play boosters for that. I got a sweet Hasbro Habs Lab Pulse Con 2024 sign. Well, there's some other stuff in here too. I must have just dropped in. So this is a pin I got at the Those About to Die activation, like a lapel pin. I haven't opened this up, but it feels like a pin too. This was the Contraband. Let me see if I can get that to show up on that video a little bit better. This is the Contraband that was being handed out at the Penguin activation. And it feels like it's probably a lapel pin. This thing came from the Funko booth the night of preview night. I'm guessing this is like the Funko mascot. I don't really collect Funko, but this was an exclusive pin, and I'm sure if you love Funko, this would be very exciting to you. Nothing against you if you do. It's not my personal thing. I got one more of the cards for Magic the Gathering here, booster packs. I got this fantastic Hydropod. What is this? I'm not exactly sure. It looks like it is a character. He's like a little suit, and it's kind of like Beyblades or something like that. You put them in their suit and they fight each other. Sort of a kid's toy. I don't really know, but I'm sure it's pretty awesome. I got a card game called Monopoly Deal. I'm just going to guess this is kind of like Monopoly meets Uno. Maybe not, but that's my feeling based on the packaging. And the last thing I got in here, and the last little thing I got in here was this, this lighting is not liking this. All right, I'll put it by my head. It's the I Am the Chef 2 Culinary Art Educational Fun. So I'm guessing that this is like a cooking kit that you do with your kids. I haven't even opened it yet. But yeah, it's like kind of like a thing where you can get together with your kids and you bake and you have a great time. And I'm all about that. That sounds like a lot of fun. This is something that Bracktoon, my buddy Bracktoon, will be really into. This is a Furblet, and the cool thing about this little guy, let me bring him up to the camera there if I can. It's really, the white balance is not liking that. There we go. Look at him. The Furblet, these little guys sing songs. And so they had like 20 of them while I was there. And they sing little songs. And when you get them, they teach each other songs. So eventually you end up with a whole choir of these little things. And they're teaching each other songs. And they're singing. And they're Furbies. And they're weird. And that's just like a really fun, cool idea. I just thought, like, you know, if I was a kid, I would like that kind of thing. It would be very annoying. And I would love it. All right, some more cool stuff I got from Transformers 1. I got this Optimus Prime Studio Series 112 Transformer here, boxed. That's pretty sweet. I don't really collect Transformers anymore, but I loved Transformers as a kid. Then I got this. This is a Marvel Legends series, Marvel Studios Iron Man Mark LXXXV, which is, what is that, like 85 or something like that. I don't know. I'm not, my Roman numerals are a little up, but this is great. He's like really, he's got like anodized metal. It looks like, I'm sure it's plastic, but it looks shiny. And, yeah, it's just a really great Iron Man figure. I got that from Hasbro, so that's cool. And the last coolest thing from Hasbro, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so this is pretty cool. I got a Darth Vader. He's got a real cloth cape. This is New Hope Darth Vader, the Black Series. Yeah, it's really highly detailed. It comes with a lightsaber. The plastic parts look plasticky, and the rubber parts look rubbery, and it's just a great looking figure. I'm very excited about this. So who knows? Maybe we'll, do some kind of giveaway or something. But I got all this crap from Comic-Con, so that's pretty sweet. Now let's take a look at some of the stuff that I got while I was talking to the guys at Limited Run Games. All right, I got a whole bunch of crap here, so we're gonna go through all this stuff. Oh, I got a NECA sticker too. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. PS5 copy, sealed, of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. And it's, of course, my there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. That is the definitive edition for PS5. They also gave me a copy of the Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection. This is for PS5 as well. And this has a bunch of games on it. It's got Jurassic Park Portable, Jurassic Park 8-bit, Jurassic Park 16-bit, the Genesis game, Jurassic Park Rampage Edition, also for Genesis, Jurassic Park 2, The Chaos Continues, and Jurassic Park 2, The Chaos Continues for 16 bits. So some of this stuff looks like, it looks like maybe they can't say Game Boy on the back of this because it's a Sony box, so they're just calling it portable. But if you look at the back of the box, you can kind of see, let me see if I can get that to show up. Come on, baby. Yeah, come on, focus in. There we go. There we go. Maybe, yes, no. Anyway, you can see there's a bunch of different classic games. This was a con exclusive. This is the foil edition, this foil version, the Switch version of Felix the Cat. Very cool. I have a cat named Felix, so I was very excited about that. This came in these cool limited run retail bags. Put some of that away. And then obviously while I'm going through all this, I'll just show these again. I got the Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. This is the definitive edition artwork signed, and then Shantae signed by the developers and the voice of Shantae. So that is pretty sweet. What else did I get? What else? This is another con exclusive. This is the PS5 version of Rocket Knight Resparked. I don't know if this is foil wrapped or what exactly makes this a con exclusive, but it is. So that's pretty sweet. In addition to that, I got a Persona 4 Golden PS4 version with foil cover. I don't know how easy it is to see that on here, but obviously Persona 4 is a great game. Save this one for last. And then signed, I got a copy of the original Shantae, signed by the dev team and the voice of Shantae. That's pretty cool. I asked them to sign the inner part as well, so I got the instruction manual signed. And same thing for Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. There wasn't really a great place for this to get signed on the front, so she signed it on the inside here, so you can kind of see that. Right in there as well. I asked her to sign the front, so she signed that, and that is pretty sweet, signed by Hollywood herself. And the last thing I got was the other Comic-Con exclusive. This is the Castlevania Requiem, which includes Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood for PlayStation. This is actually, I think this is actually a PlayStation 4 game. But this is the big box version, and this was a Comic-Con exclusive, Castlevania Requiem. Now, obviously, Symphony of the Night, one of my favorite games. Rondo of Blood is a fantastic game as well. And so these are the two games put together on to one game, or one box, I guess. So that was my limited run stuff. I'm pretty excited about all that. I'm a big 3DO guy, so I'm kind of sad I didn't get the 3DO version of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, but I think it'll be fun to play it on PS5. So no complaints there. Stick this over here for a sec. All right. And it's a comic book convention, so you might as well get some comic books. So I'm a big variant covers guy, and I got some of my favorite characters. I got one variant cover of Hellcat. Let me see. Get this on the screen. Come on. Yeah, there we go. It's a great cover. I also got, this is a character that I don't really know if this character is going anywhere, but I really love the character design. This is Hallows Eve. This is a variant cover of number 3 for her. Really great looking cover. I love that one. And then recently there was a release of a comic book series featuring Scarlet from G.I. Joe, and so I picked up 2. Let me see if I can get this to show up. 2 variant covers for Scarlet. That's the first one. It's pretty cool. And then this one too. And maybe I'll go look up the artist and display them when I post this. But those are the comic books I got. So that's it. That was a quick unboxing of of everything. Oh, nope, I got two more things, and I'm gonna have to show them on screen here because they were not coming through when I did the walkthrough. But for my partner Becca, I got her a couple of things. We're both big, huge Disney fans, and so when we went to the, I think it was it was the box lunch truck outside, they gave us some stuff when Aaron interviewed them, and one of them was the exclusive Marie the cat from Aristocats. There's a big pink sweater, and I got that for her, and it looks great. And I'll show some video of it here while I'm explaining this, so you'll see it. You'll be seeing it, and it'll make more sense than what I'm just saying right now. And then the other thing is I went to the FX activation, and in the Bear section for the TV show The Bear, they were giving out exclusive t-shirts for that, and I got one of those as well. And it was pretty cool. They did this whole presentation where they're basically handing you like one of the beef sandwiches wrapped up, but inside the beef sandwich wrap was the t-shirt, and of course they're like saying chef, yes chef, and all that. So it was just really fun. Overall, I always have a great time at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's a fun time to kind of see old friends. I saw lots of people I had never seen for a long time, like my friend Damien, and I saw my friend Stephen Shea, who was there for his new animated feature that he's working, that he himself created, called Ela Monstro, and I saw their panel. My friend Jack was at the panel too. So it's just a kind of a great place to reconnect with old friends, and then just kind of really dig into all the great stuff about pop culture, video games, comic books, movies, etc. And it was a great 5 days, and I had a wonderful time. So I just wanted to share some of the stuff that I got and show some quick pictures of my experiences. And if any of you got to go to San Diego Comic-Con, I'd love to hear how it was for you. You know, leave some comments. If you like this video, click that like button or hit subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and we're slowly growing. And if you want to see more comic book content in addition to the video game stuff, I'd be happy to do it. I love comic books too. And so, yeah, that's it. Hope you have a great week. And this is Technohead signing off. We'll see you next time.
We have guidance in channel 10, 9, 8, begin.